Hey everyone, welcome to Mind of Politics. So this is my first video on this channel, and for the first video I think I should show you guys what the polling averages is based on every single state that's the battleground state in the 2024 election. So we're going to start down in the Sun Belt. We're going to start with Nevada, bring it across to Arizona, Georgia, Florida, and then we're going to end off in the Rust Belt, starting with Wisconsin, and the last state will be New Hampshire. So let's go over here and start with Nevada. So on 538, Nevada has Harris up by 0.5%, which is a tilt margin under my 1-5-15 margins. If I go to RCP, RCP has Trump up by 0.9, and let's see what DDHQ has Nevada at. DDHQ has Nevada for Harris by 0.1%. So, based on this, Trump, if you average it out, would have a lead by about 0.2, 0.3% on aggregate. So, we're going to put Nevada as a tilt Trump state, or a tilt Republican state, which is very close. That'll be the first time it's flipped since, I believe, in the early 2000s, like 2000 or 2004. So that's been a pretty solidly blue state since the Obama era. Let's switch it up. Let's go to Arizona. Arizona has Trump up by 1.8 on 538. On RCP, Trump up by 1. I mean, it's already going to be a lean Republican state at this point, so I don't really need to check DDH or the Hill. And where is Arizona? Trump up by 1.4. So Arizona is going to be a lean Republican state. That's going to be another flip in the Trump column. Let's go to Georgia next. Georgia has Trump up by 1 in 538. On RCP, it's also going to be actually a 0.5 lead for Trump because of that Wall Street Journal poll that dropped. But the thing is, I do not count registered voter polls because they always show inherently Democrat bias, and I like to predict and show my maps off a nonpartisan prediction or just data. So we're going to throw out this registered voter poll from Wall Street Journal because registered voter is completely irrelevant when it comes towards especially the final days of the election. So then we'll go back over to the Hill and see what it says over here for Georgia. 1.1, so Georgia's going to be a lean Republican state. We'll go to Florida next. Florida, Trump's up by 5 in 538. Let's check about RCP. I actually don't even see that they have it on here. Well, if it's up by 5 on 538, it's probably going to be a bit more on RCP. And then let's check the Hill. The Hill has them by 4.7. Let's see what polls they have under here. Registered voter polls. It's kind of BS. So we're going to give Florida actually the Trump by a likely margin based on the polls. We're going to North Carolina for the next one. Trump up by, let's see, 0.9%. Let's check on RCP once again. Trump by 0.5. And then let's check here. Oop, wrong one. And then here, Trump by 0.7. So North Carolina is polling as a tilt Republican state. That's narrowing from the 1.3% lead that Trump had in the 2020 election. So right now, Trump is at 268 electoral votes, right off the Sun Belt, which he swept, basically. All he needs is one Rust Belt state or New Hampshire, and he takes the White House based off polling right now. So, let's start with Wisconsin. Wisconsin on 538, Harris is up by 0.6%. Check the polls, mostly likely voter, but actually the four latest polls are Trump plus 1 or even, which is actually pretty interesting. And Trump has been closing the gap in Wisconsin dramatically. A month and a half, 2 months ago, Harris was up by almost 4% in Wisconsin, and the lead has just dwindled week by week, which is pretty amazing, honestly. That's narrowed so much. Let's check RCP. Wisconsin, Harris is up by 0.3. And then let's check the Hill. And on the Hill, Trump is up by 0.1. So this is going to be a tilt-Harris victory in Wisconsin, based on polling. Let's go to Michigan. .8% in Michigan for Harris. Check RCP. Trump up by 0.9. So basically, whoever is winning on the Hill is going to win the state according to polling, because we're checking 3 different aggregates. Michigan, Trump is up by 0.8. So, funnily enough, the state that from the Rust Belt that Trump lost by the most in the battlegrounds of 2020, he's actually winning this time by a tilt margin. So that gives him the White House alone, and this could be due to the black population in Detroit, Michigan, and the Arab population in Dearborn and the Hamtramck near Michigan, or not near Michigan, near Detroit. So that could be possible to why Trump has the lead in Michigan right now. We'll check Pennsylvania. Harris up by 0.8 on 538, and then RCP, Trump up by 0.1, and then in the Hill, Harris up by 0.7. So we're going to give Harris, Pennsylvania, by a tilt margin. And then last but not least, we have New Hampshire, 6.6 on 538. New Hampshire on RCP, 7.4. That's actually a pretty big lead for Harris. And the only reason I really included Harris as a swing state, or not Harris, the only reason I included New Hampshire as a swing state is because of the Hill with DDHQ, because they have it up by like 2 for Harris off their polling, which they only have 4 polls, which I don't think is nearly enough. But the latest poll that actually just dropped a week and a half ago has Harris up by only 2 in New Hampshire, which is actually 538 nor RCP, I believe, dropped. So we're going to give Harris, New Hampshire by a likely margin. So right here, we have the 2024 election map based solely on polling. It has a Trump victory of 283 electoral votes to Harris's 255. And if we just go check the popular vote, it's actually pretty narrow lead for Harris. 538, Harris is up by 2.4%. And if we go to RCP, I believe it's a Harris lead of 1.7%, which is very narrow. I believe Harris needs probably about a 2.5 to 3.5% popular vote victory to pull it off this year. I'm leaning more towards about 3%, the 3.2% of the popular vote, but nevertheless, it really depends on who turns out in what states. So we don't really know exactly what's going to happen, but in the next couple of days, I'm going to be posting my actual prediction, and I have a lot of maps coming out for you guys soon, because I've actually been working on this project for a long time, but it got delayed for numerous reasons, but I'm a bit late to the party. But here's my map for the 2024 election based off polling. Not my prediction, this is just solely off data that we have from polls. And I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I'd really appreciate you subscribing to my channel, leaving a comment, sharing, just to help me grow my channel, because I'm nonpartisan. I have really good knowledge with data and politics, and I think I'd really love to have some sort of name in this community. So thank you guys once again for watching, and have a good day.